Another time I went, and I'd been working there, and I even got my license. I'd been working there a few years, and this fellow had just graduated high school, and he came to work as a pickup man for us. And he was kind of a nice guy. Went out a couple of times with him, and then got a call out to a house. So he went to the house, and all the policemen were standing. There's, every crime scene or dead body, there's usually a lot of policemen. This time there were the policeman and the public administrator were all on the front lawn smoking cigars, and that is just that's going to be a stinker, that they're smoking cigars. And so the deputy coroner said, "Okay, come in here," and I went in there and down the hall around. And it looked like we could get the cot, that the person died in bed, looked like we could get the cot right in beside the bed. And he pointed, and I checked it all out, and I came out and I said, "Okay," to the guy, I said, "Okay, you take the bottom, I'll take the top half." And we go down the hall in the living room, and then down the other hall into the bedroom. We could roll the cot right up alongside the bed, and we had adjustable cots where you could take them down at several levels, and one was bed level. Take the cot down to bed level, and when I say, and we'll take they're on top of the bed cover, so it's a solid thing. Even though sometimes if it's a sheet, it'll rip because they've been laying there so long. We take it right over onto the cot and get out of here. And you got it? He says, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, now take a deep breath and breathe through your mouth. Don't breathe through your nose, and we'll get this." He said, "Okay." So we rolled in there, and he had the foot, and swung the foot around the thing, and we dropped it down. I said, "Okay, on 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and I jerked him over, and I looked, and his feet were still in the bed, and the guy wasn't there. So I put the feet over, put the coverlet over the top, the bedspread over the top, and bolted him down, put the cover on, wheeled the guy back out. Then I had to lift the cot up to the level, lift the head up, then lift the feet up, and roll them out there, and all the cops were out there just laughing. And here was the guy just thrown up in the curb, right in the gutter. He couldn't take it. So he didn't come to work the next day, and never came back to work. I don't know why. It's a simple thing. Hardly any of that stuff made me sick. The one time that I got sick, we picked up a homeless man, we call him a bum, and he had socks and stuff on, but I don't think he bathed ever. Of course, part of the embalming process, we scrub him with soap and everything, but I rolled him in and I put him up on the table, and I took the socks off, and his feet stunk so bad, but they stunk in a horrible, twisted way, like with orange and different smells. And it just made me sick to my stomach, and I ran out the back garage door and up chucked in the alley. That was the only time that made me do that.